Thomas, thank you for that question, but let me first and foremost thank the organizers, the Commissioner in particular, for the invitation to join this very important and exciting convention. Now, you were asking a very interesting question. What are the big challenges in the world in terms of global health? There are many, of course. But if you go down to the bottom line is, governments worldwide, more so in developing countries, do not invest enough in health to protect its people. If I tell you the inequity and the gap in investment is as big as in developing country, the annual health expenditure is $1 per person per year. And in the richest country is close to 7,000. So what does that mean? At the two extremes of the spectrum, we see problems. There is internal inefficiency, there are waste, there are over-servicing and under-servicing. Now, the World Health Report produced by WHO on health financing as the route to universal health is important. We have ample evidence from different countries. This is an extremely important message for our friends, and in this financial austerity that is, confronting every government, we're talking about budget cuts. To ask your Minister of Finance for more resources for health is quite a challenge, isn't it? But there is a lot of internal inefficiency and waste, 20 to 40%. Now, where do the money go? Clearly, poor governance is one of the problems. We know that procurement of medicines, vaccines, and other commodities can be much more efficient and effective and can be much more economical. A lot of waste in many countries. So that is one issue. Another issue is, do you really need to use branded goods when you have high-quality generic that are off patent? So until and unless the innovator medicines can prove the advantage, you need to ask yourself, are you prepared to pay for the price difference? And I'm not saying innovation is important. We do need innovation. We do need new medicines, new vaccines, and diagnostics. For having been in health for 35 years, yes, I look young, but I'm not. I have never seen major breakthrough in health without innovation. So that underlies the importance of innovation. And clearly, going forward, especially when you were talking about aging of population, we do need innovation in order to make our elderly live healthier and more active and stay home for as long as possible. So a lot can be done within existing resources. So we have the jargon saying that more health for money and more money for health. So both of them are important.
Thanks a lot. I certainly will not ask you your age, I know it, but we keep it. Everybody is young, and I'm 57 years old. The most important is to be young in the heart and in the brain. And I just want to introduce our second speaker on the panel, Andrew Whitty from GlaxoSmithKline. And as you mentioned, let's talk about the great challenges of societies. HIV, cancer, communicable diseases like obesity, heart and respiratory diseases, diabetes, and last but not least, the aging societies facing Alzheimer and other age-related disease. GlaxoSmithKline is a global producer of vaccines. You mentioned it, how important it is to tackle the problems on the regions, less developed regions like in Africa and other parts of the world. GlaxoSmithKline has in Belgium a huge research and production facility for vaccines. So I want to name him today Mr. Drugs. So Andrew Whitty, he is CEO of GlaxoSmithKline. He became CEO in 2008. Before, he worked in South Africa and the US and Singapore. And he was senior vice president in for the Asia-Pacific region and worked in Singapore. So he's really a global player. And as well, Andrew Whitty has served in numerous advisory roles to governments around the world, in South Africa, Singapore, and China, and the UK as well. Andrew is president of the European Federation of Pharmaceutical Industry, EFPIA, and he took over the post in 1st of January in 2010. EFPIA is one of the major players in the so-called IMI initiative. IMI is a project under the current 7th Framework program, a research program, and it supports collaborative research and wants to build networks of industrial and academic experts in order to boost pharmaceutical innovation in Europe. IMI is a joint undertaking between the European Union and the Pharmaceutical Industry Association called EFPIA. IMI currently funds 23 projects with a combined budget of over 450 million and is covering drug safety and efficiency, knowledge management and education and as well training. So the 7th Framework program provided 1 billion euros to support this initiative that Europe becomes the pharmacy of the world again, as it has been in the last century. And the industry, EFPIA, takes as well 1 billion, contributes with another billion to come through. My question for Andrew Whitty, do you think that the taxpayers' money, 1 billion from the 7th Framework project, and the 1 billion from the pharmaceutical industry has already shown results and innovation to come up with benefits for patients and European citizens? Please, Mr. Whitty, the floor is yours.